Hey everyone, this is Domina Mara and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Climax Control. However, before we do that, I would like to share with you today's sponsor. Today's sponsor for this video is Habicon, and we are going to be featuring their Dark Night toy for males. This gadget has 8 functioning modes, 4 vibrating, 3 sucking, and 1 click climax, aka soul mode. The sucking functions are realistic with skin-safe TPE material. It has a quiet whisper of under 60 decibels, and the exterior looks like armor design. This toy is suitable for 5.5 and 8-inch organs. Battery time is 1 hour to 40 minutes if you are using soul mode. With the given cable, charge time is 1 to 2 hours. To use, you just need to put some of your favorite lube in the opening and maybe some on yourself, then slide in. This is the power button, and then right next to it, there's a squiggly line with an O at the end. This is the sucking mode. The horizontal lightning icon is the vibrating mode, and the soul button is self-explanatory. The color scheme and material of the Habicon Dark Knight is inspired by the helmet of Darth Vader in Star Wars. Darth Vader is a classic Star Wars character sought after by many people, old and young, and Habicon uses the same black color. The bright matte contrasts the material, highlighting the sense of technology and the overall experience of excellence. If you use my code Miss Mara with capital M's 33, no spaces, you will receive a 15% off discount on Amazon only. Check out the links in the description box below of this video for more information and to purchase your Habicon Dark Knight today. The graphics of how-tos are, can we say, from a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so Climax Control, what is it? It can mean several different things, and I like to divide this up into 3 different categories. First is edging, second is denial, or tease and denial, and third is the forced climax. We'll go through each of these really briefly and talk a little bit about them and how they differ from one another, and how exciting and fun this can be together. Edging is also known as peaking, and I didn't know this, it's also known as surfing. It's a technique that you can do by yourself or with someone else. So in my case, I would be the one who's edging somebody else or telling them to do so as the dominant. And it's pretty high maintenance because you have a high level of contact the entire time for arousal. What you're trying to do is you're going to have a threshold of what gets you excited all the way to just almost climaxing, but not. So whatever you have to do to not fulfill yourself that way, whether it's taking a breath and breathing for a little bit, not touching yourself, or just no stimulation to kind of just like bring that back down. Think of it like a sine wave. That's kind of what you're doing, is like sine waving up and down, hence the surfing term, but you're not going to hit the top of the threshold, if that makes sense. So yeah, one partner, most likely the dominant, is going to be in control of the other partner and when they can release. And then any method of stimulation can be used to experience that control of, is it going up or is it going down? Which is really cool. In solo play and with the toy that I featured today, actually, you can do this by yourself and like get yourself as close as possible and then just stop or slow down. So that's the first category that we're going to go through today. The second is denial. Usually it's paired with Tease. So it's Tease and Denial for those who are in, the lifestyle. But if you are new and if you're not really into the tease factor, if you're by yourself, Denial is just a very powerful way to basically refrain, right? You're going to not have as much excitement and or buildup at all. No tension whatsoever. This is used in DS relationships a lot because this is where chastity devices come in, where you literally are physically blocked from any access, any touching, any type of stimulation that could cause that rise, right? Or the heat, depending on what kind of equipment you have down there. So harnesses and chastity belts, cages, those are all beautiful implements to use for this type of play. It's not even a play sometimes. You are literally just locked for the entire time that your owner or your dominant tells you to be. Some people even do this by themselves. They are their own dom and sub by themselves, which I think is really fascinating. And the people who do it by themselves truly have the most discipline usually. So that's really cool that I found. Don't forget that I have my own chastity collection that you can find also linked down below in the description box. The reason why teasing is mixed with denial is because dominants like myself who have more of a sadistic streak can tease a person, which kind of leads them into edging, but they can't really do anything about it. And so it's a stronger form of denial because they're being blocked, right? You can even tie and tease, which is using any types of restraints such as rope or cuffs, anything that physically does not allow a person to touch themselves, whether or not they have a cage or harness or belt on. Sometimes I like to mix this in with sensory, where they get no sight or no hearing. You can put noise canceling headphones on them and they won't know what's going on. So that's really cool. And then the forced climax is the last category, and this is a form of consensual play in the lifestyle where the partner is consenting to have a forced climax. It's in a way that is beyond their control, and the person is being brought involuntarily to climax, and that could be, like I mentioned previously in the previous category, used by physical restraints or having a toy that's stimulating them tied to them in that area only. And this just kind of increases the feeling of their helplessness. And some people really, really find that engaging, intimate, and arousing. So I think it's really cool when you can mix and match all of these because the other person is your playground. You can do anything from manual to oral to toys only to clothes on, clothes off. The literal world is your oyster here, and that person is going to have so much fun receiving what you have to give them. In my case, when I do this with my subs, and they just have this release of tension in their body until there's a buildup, and then it's just this nice ebb and flow. It's almost like, riding on a wave or something. So I hope this gives a little bit more insight to what controlled climax is, or climax control is. If you like this video and found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it so that other people can learn more about all three categories and how to mix and match them. Don't forget that my discount code to the Habicon toy is also linked down in the description box below. Subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when I have new content out. I post a new video or live stream every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Go ahead and follow me on my social media at Mara Domina for daily news and juicy updates. And until next time, keep it kinky, everyone.